Good day everyone, I'm Erika Jane M. Ramos from BPED 2D. So in this video, I will answer the following questions in Activity 1 which is under the Unit 6. So let's start. The first question is, what are the 4 important goal settings principles practitioners should keep in mind when assisting an individual who wants to learn a particular skill? How might a practitioner apply each of the principles in assisting a person who is learning to roller skate? So first, let me discuss to you what are the 4 important goal settings. So these are the CARS, or CARS stands for challenging, attainable, realistic, and specific. So the practitioners can apply this goal setting when he or she is assisting a person to do a roller skate. Let's start with the word challenging. The person will be challenged to do a roller skating because he or she doesn't have a background on how to perform it. Next is the attainable. In this stage, the person will undergo practice with the assistance of the practitioner. In this stage, he or she will figure out that he or she can do it properly. Next is the realistic. In this stage, he or she will realize that performing a roller skate is not that easy. He or she realizes that it takes a lot of practice and hard work to execute this roller skate properly. Next, and the last one is the specific. In this last stage, he or she will need to focus and need some strategy in order to perform or execute this roller skating. Second question is, discuss the relationship among target skills, target behaviors, and target context. For one of the following activities, give an example of target skills, target behavior, and target context. So, first, let me discuss target skills, target behaviors, and target context. Target skills and target behaviors and target surroundings or context all have a connection. These three are needed to play one game very well. The actual things that people must learn in order to accomplish their goals are referred to as target skills. Following the identification of target skills, educators must identify the measurable patterns associated with good execution of those skills. Also, practitioners must consider the target context or the environment context in which learners want to be able to produce their target skills. My example for this is the piloting an airplane. In target skills, the pilot must have the skills when performing it. Pilot must be knowledgeable on how to operate it, or he or she must know what he or she is doing. Next is the target behavior. The pilot must be calm and focused and has a quick thinking skills in order to successfully operate the airplane. And the last is the target context or the target surroundings. It is the process that the pilot can do or can operate the airplane because he or she has the skills, behaviors, and context. The third question is, sometimes the past movement experiences of a person brings to a learning situation can help the individual pick up the new skill more quickly. Discuss 3 categories of elements that might be shared by 2 motor skills and then give an example of each type of element that might be similar for one of the following pairs of skills. So the 3 elements are the movement elements, perceptual elements, and the conceptual or strategic elements. So I will now discuss these 3 elements. So the first element is the movement element. Movement elements deal with the movement patterns of various actions. So for example, throwing a baseball and tossing a fishing lure both require identical movement patterns. As a result, practitioners should remind students who have previously thrown baseballs and the casting motion is close to throwing a ball. Next is the perceptual elements. These are the task-related stimuli that individuals must be able to interpret in order to assure successful performance. For example, is the handball and the paddleball. It necessitates a spatial understanding on how the ball bounces off the walls and surface. Practitioners may encourage transition of learning through drawing learners' attention and prior encounters with these activities by encouraging them to perform tasks with similar perceptual elements. And the last element is the conceptual element or the strategic elements. Some motor tasks contain similar conceptual elements such as strategies, rules, guidelines, and concepts. Maintaining a narrow focus on target that is an important guideline for individuals who perform activities, for example, like setting a diamond, threading a needle, or soldering a wand. So this type of activity is very hard, especially for those person who has a poor eyesight. And the last question is, when assessing learners' progress, practitioners should select both outcome and process measures that are valid indicators of performance. Give an example of valid outcome, a measure, and a valid process measure for one of the following activities. So when we say outcome, it is the result of effect of an action, situation, or event. On the other hand, process measures are measures of whether an activity has been accomplished. For example, we have a playing of the flute. The process measures of this activity is how long the practitioner will take to master this kind of instrument. Next is the outcome, and the outcome will be the practitioners can perform this playing of the flute very well without having a flat tune. So that is my answer for activity 1. Thank you for listening.